Hey everybody, you're listening to What Honesty Feels Like with Christine Sawicki. I'm super excited to be here again. Thank you everybody that's tuning in again this week. My show is doing super awesome, so thanks to my awesome guests and all my fun listeners. I appreciate your calls and all that. Pretty fun week. In sad news though, Randy Travis. I'm a huge country music fan. I love him. And he's in critical condition, so making sure everybody's praying for him. That's real sad. He's a real good country singer, so prayers go out to him, and make sure that it just kind of shows you every day that you only get one chance at life, so you got to be doing what you really want to be doing, which is why I love doing the show, because I talk to the most successful people in the world, and they really love what they do, and it shows because they're passionate. And you just got to, like I said, you're only living once in this world, so make sure you're surrounding yourself with real positive people. As you kind of go up the ladder of success, you'll find that, more often than not, there's a lot of people that try to hold you back, or people that aren't real supportive of you or pretend to be. But you got to make sure you surround yourself with really good friends and really good people, because, like I said, you're only living once in this world. And Randy is a prime example of that. So prayers go out to him and his family. I'm really hoping that he comes out of this, but he is in critical condition, so that's just unfortunate. And today, speaking of hanging around great people, I have an awesome guest today, and his name is Walt McCarty. He is a former NBA player. He has coached in the NBA. He has coached at the collegiate level for basketball. He has acted in He Got Game, and also he has done many other things, and now he's doing R&B music. So I'm super grateful to have him here. He not only is a wonderful, wonderful success in multiple arenas in his life, he's also just a real fabulous person, and I'm really grateful to have him in my life. He's always been real supportive of all the things that I do in my career. I'm grateful to have him as a friend. And so, Walt, do we have you there?
I'm here.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome to the show, Walt. It's Walter. Yeah, and you're not here, but I am super excited, and I wore a green shirt for the Celtics today.
I like it. I have my green Celtic shirt on right now, too.
You do?
My Boston Strong Celtic shirt, yeah.
Boston Strong. Yeah, like I was so excited. I barely ever wear green. True story. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could wear my green shirt to show support for my friend, an awesome guest, Walt McCarty. So we have a lot we're going to be talking about with him today. Plenty of success in his life. So for those of you that are listening, as all of my previous guests do, if you want to know, I mean, everybody's giving you advice in life on how to make it and how not to make it, or whatever they come up with. But listen to the people that have made it, that have become successful, and don't pick up the books and read the books and say, how do you do it, in life help books or whatever it is. Call in and talk to these guests directly. They're awesome, they're successful, and you can get your answers straight from them. So welcome to the show, Walt. We're glad to have you. This is What Honesty Feels Like. Happy Tuesday. What's going on in Boston? You're in Boston right now, right?
I'm in Boston. It's really hot, which I like it. I'm getting a lot of golf in.
Yeah.
And just hanging out. Yeah, I'm just enjoying myself. As everybody knows in Boston, the big news is, we just traded Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
Kevin Garnett's out of Minnesota. That's me.
Yeah. So got a lot of basketball stuff going on right now, but it's good. Everything's well.
Everything's well, yeah. Like, how hot is it, Walt, really? Because you could complain, but we're on fire in Pasadena, California, so.
Yeah, I don't know if we're on fire, but for Boston, it doesn't get too hot. It's pretty hot.
It's pretty hot? Okay.
Yeah, we're not used to that here, but I'm enjoying it.
I hear you. So, yeah, like I said, we have tons of stuff I want to talk to you about. Everybody that's listening, please call in, get advice straight from Walt, and let's just move right in, because I know from all my previous shows, I've had so many questions, and we try really hard to move through the show, and it's really hard because we have so many great callers and stuff like that. So let's just talk about it. So, Walt, where are you from? Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Evansville, Indiana. It's at the bottom of the state, southern Indiana. It's pretty much people say in Kentucky, but it's at the bottom of the state. I guess there's maybe 600,000, 700,000 people in Evansville. So, to me, it's a small city, but it's a great city. I enjoyed growing up there. All of my friends are friends I grew up with there, so that was a great place for me to grow up.
Perfect. So let's just start with, because like I said, you've got quite a few accomplishments, so I'm going to try to separate it by segment here. Let's start with your basketball career. First of all, I mean, I was a basketball player myself. And we're going to get into this too later on I have a play that I showed to Walt, and I'm still to this day, I still think my plays are better than his. But I played basketball myself. I loved playing basketball. It was my favorite sport. And what was it like you played for quite a few different teams. You played for the Knicks, you played for the Celtics, the Phoenix Suns, the Los Angeles Clippers. And what was your favorite team to play for, and why?
I think my favorite team to play for, to be honest, I enjoyed playing for all the teams.
I knew you were going to say that.
with good players. Always fortunate to be on teams with good guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, my favorite was Boston. Obviously, I played most of my career in Boston, and just the tradition of the Celtics. I mean, it's just untouchable. What they've been able to accomplish and the type of organization that they are. So, Boston's been my favorite. I live here. I love the city. I love the fans, and it's just.
Well, they love you too.
Well, it goes both ways, I guess. But yeah, I really love the city, and it's home to me, and I just love everything about it.
Okay, cool. Well, we actually already have a caller for you, so hold on just one moment, okay?
Uh-oh.
Get excited. They love you. I told you. Hold on. Okay, caller, are you there?
Yeah. This is Cora.
This is Cora. Hi, Cora. Cora, where are you calling from?
From LA.
Oh, from LA? Do you have a question for Walt?
Yeah. So you used to be in the NBA, right?
Yes.
And now you're like an R&B singer. So like, how was that transition?
Well, to be honest, I've always I've done music ever since I was 4 or 5 years old, singing in the church, and even as I played basketball, I released my first CD in 2003. So I've always kind of been in and out of it, and I've just always. Luckily for me, the difference is that I was able to still play basketball, but also record music in my own house and sell it independently. So it's not like I really had to make a big transition. I love music. I love making music, and for me, it was an escape to be, just an escape from basketball, even though I loved it. So I was very fortunate to record myself, write my own stuff, and get it out, and not really depend on trying to get noticed or get a big deal like other people do. I was just very confident in myself and just did my own thing. But it's weird because people who know me from basketball, that's probably all they're going to ever see.
Right.
They probably can't get that out of their mind, and to see me doing music is probably hard for them. But the people who know me, they know I've always done music, and I don't think it was a hard pill to swallow.
Okay. What's like one of your favorite songs so I can listen to it?
One of my favorite songs that
Like that
I wrote?
Sing. Yeah.
Wow. Are you a songwriter, Cora?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there's this thing for songwriters, we love all of our songs. They're all our babies.
Right.
That's true, Walt. That's true.
After the new album, off of Unbreakable, I think my favorite one is Unbreakable, In the Cold. And there's a song on there called The Big Picture. And I started writing that song when I was in Kentucky. There were some tornadoes that came through Indiana and Kentucky and killed a lot of people and did a lot of stuff. And I wrote that song. So that has a special place, too, because it has some meaning behind it. But Unbreakable, The Big Picture, and I'm In the Cold are my favorite off the last album.
Okay. Thank you.
Check it out.
Yeah, make sure you check it out. And where can she go if she wants to check out your music?
Or you can go to www.waltermccarty.com off my site, or you can go to iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, everywhere, and you should be able to get it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for calling in, Cora.
Thanks for calling in, Cora.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, Walt. Well, that was a really sweet question. See, so we're all. What do you mean they're not accepting you in the music world? Of course they are.
I'm not saying they're not accepting me. I'm just saying that it's hard.
It's hard to transition.
What people see in some way is hard.
Yeah.
And so the one thing is, especially in R&B,
Mm-hmm.
and it's unfortunate that people. There's been athletes before who try to just because they have money, they can record albums and not really represented the artist well.
Right.
People think that I'm just another athlete. I'm just doing it because I can do it. Which I was doing music way before I even picked up a basketball. So.
Right, which is we're gonna get to that in our later segments too, is how that all evolved. Okay, so let's just go back into not only did you play in the NBA, okay, which you were a fantastic player, everybody loved you, great reputation all around. You never heard anything bad about Walt McCarty, which is extremely hard to do in such a public as a public figure. So hats off to you for being able to do that, but. I have a question for you because not only were you a player, but you were a coach at the college level and you were also a coach in the NBA.
Right.
Both of which the coaches you were assistant coaches for coached you at one point. So
right, exactly.
They must have loved you, right?
They did. We had great relationships, and we still to this day. Obviously, I played for Rick Pitino.
Mm-hmm.
Been knowing him ever since I was 17 or 18 years old at Kentucky.
Okay.
And Jim O'Brien was actually an assistant at Kentucky, and they both came to Boston, and they've both been different places. But I was very fortunate to hold on to those relationships, and we're all friends, great friends, and we keep in touch and we check in on each other. But they were great people, great men. They've taught me a lot on and off the basketball court. And I think one thing that we've always stressed is just loyalty.
Loyalty. And we're actually, Walt, we're going to pick up with this after the commercial, but you're saying it's because you guys are friends, but I'm saying it's because there's so much more to you. Because you can be friends with people, but business is another situation to hire you as a coach. So we're going to come back right after the commercial with Walt McCarty. You guys stay tuned.
All right.
We are the Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
Coming to you on the Rant Radio Network every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can call us at 855-69 The Three Guys.
It's not the Three Guys. This is why you should turn in, because one has Tourette's, the other one's illiterate.
You really should listen in. You never know what's going to happen.
855-69 Three Guys, G-U-Y-S, and the number 3, not the.
Faces for radio, voices for the deaf.
Look forward to talking to you.
Hey, I'm audio candy. I don't know about you guys.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on RantRadioNetwork.com.
DM Narc Radio Show is now airing on the Rant Radio Network. You've heard the Three Guys Rant refer to us as the Clam Chowder Power Hour. Now we get to bring our New England humor over to Los Angeles. We'll be airing Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, and we'll cover everything from local to national politics and news. Guess what? We're uncensored too. I'm Dave. Join me and Nick Friday on the Rant Radio Network.
We're the Brothers Bear Podcast Live, and I'm your host, Sanj, and I'm always joined by
Edgar,
Carlos Medrano, and this is a show where we talk about
comics, movies, TV, video games, stand-up, music, and many more geeky things.
Catch us live on Rant Radio Network on Mondays from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m.
That's another commercial in the back.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And we are excited to announce our show Live with Aaron and Kelly is on Rant Radio Network. What do we talk about on our show, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
That's right. Go check us out on rantradionetwork.com. That's rantradionetwork.com.
Check it out.
Okay, everybody, and welcome back. You are listening to What Honesty Feels Like with Christine Sawicki, and I have a super awesome guest on the line. It is Walt McCarty. He is a former NBA basketball player, former NBA coach, college coach. He's done acting, and also he is now an R&B singer, and quite a great R&B singer for that matter. And we have all of about 6 of his songs that we're going to play bits and pieces of here. But like I said, I'm going to pick up right where we left off. So right before the commercial, if you're just joining us now, Walt had mentioned that he was hired by 2 of his former coaches as an assistant coach to work for them. And he said it's because of loyalty and, you know, being friends with them and stuff like that. And I say no, because I'm a business person and I'm not MC Hammer. I'm not going to hire you.
I mean, but, yeah, obviously there's more than that. Obviously,
Yeah.
they know my work ethic, and they know that I'm going to give 110% every time, you know, that I have to, you know.
Sure. I mean, because Rick Pitino, he's a very big name in the basketball world, and as well as Jim O'Brien over at the Indiana Pacers
Right.
when you're working with him. So what was it?
Definitely, you know, those basketball jobs, you have to have a lot of energy. You have to put in long hours, and you need somebody around you who's going to be upbeat and, you know, light the room up, keep people going, and you can't be around moody people. And you know, that's one thing. I'm not a moody person. I'm always in a great mood. I like uplifting people, and you know, I bring a lot of energy. And I know that's some of the things they like about me, and why they wanted me to be a part of their staff.
Okay, and hold on, we have another caller. Okay, just a second, Walt. Okay, and caller, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, and caller, can you say your name?
Hey, this is Mike. Hey, how you doing, Walter? I have a question for you.
Good, Mike. How are you?
Wonderful, brother. Who was name 2 of the toughest guys you ever guarded in NBA?
Oh man, I got like 20 for you. So I think the toughest guys were, man.
I know you're a wrong defender. That's why.
Yeah,
Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen. You know, him being 6'9", and you always have to guard the full length of the floor. As soon as he got the rebound, he was going with it. You know, some guys, you know, were very talented, but you know, you have time. The ball goes up, they rebound it, you run down the floor. You know, once you pass half court, you got your guy right there. But with him, you know, as soon as he got the rebound, you were defending because he would make plays from 3/4 of court. You know, whether he's throwing the ball down or getting assists, he was just always a threat as soon as he got the ball. Another guy was Glenn Rice, and I say Glenn Rice is because he was, you know, he's 6'9", and he would jump so high, shooting his jump shot, you could never block it. You know, so no matter how long you were, how tall you were, he could always get his jump shot off because of his length and the height that he got up off the floor. But you know, Tony Kukoc was kind of wiry and weird, and with his first step and awkward, that he was tough to guard. You know, MJ was. I mean, I got a lot of guys for you, but those 2 of those guys right there were, you know, Scottie Pippen, and Glenn Rice.
Last question. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I know you got drafted by the Knicks, but this is just a guy question. Who has more beautiful women, New York or LA? I know you play for the Clippers as well.
Be careful how you answer this, Walt. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm from Minnesota. We're smoked by that question.
They're all over the world, buddy. I mean, I don't even know how to answer the question. They're everywhere.
I appreciate the time,
Brazil.
Man. I enjoy your show as well. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for calling in, Mike. We appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, hello. That's awesome. Okay, so all right, so let's go back into it. So, like I said, you've played in the NBA and you've coached in the NBA. What did you like doing more, playing or coaching?
Also, I love playing. The rush that you get from playing, and just the challenge, and just that I've been a competitor all my life. I'm always up for the challenge, and you always have those juices flowing. So I definitely really enjoy playing more because you get to go out there, and when you're coaching, you can only do so much, and
Sure.
at certain times you just want to jump out there and say, if I was out there, this is what I would have did, or I wish I could have had that shot, or I wish, you just start getting that feeling back. Those juices start flowing. So definitely I enjoy playing more.
Okay, and I can definitely understand that. I mean, even when I was a player, I absolutely loved playing. Totally agree with that. And I understand the rush that you're talking about. It's so much fun. And I was so competitive that even when I had a coach in high school, I disagreed with one of his plays. And we were losing. And I was one of the better players. And so what I had done is I went around, and me and the other girl that was one of the better players, I decided that I was going to come up with a winning play. Okay? Nobody else knew about it because we didn't want to lose anymore. And so I'd actually come up with a play, and I called it on my own. And it was the player in me, the instinct in me, like, this is how we do it. This is how we're going to win this game. And I called it. The play totally worked flawlessly. Me and the only girl were the only ones that knew about it, me and the other girl. Totally went in, won the game. It was awesome. And then I think I was benched for like 3 games or something like that. I can't even remember back in the day. But it's that player rush that you're talking about. It's in the game. It's living in the moment, So,
yeah, just, get even before the games when you're getting ready and you have your headphones on and you're just getting yourself juiced up and just ready to go, and
right.
just to feel the crowd yelling and to get those chills. I mean, there's no other feeling like it.
Right. Well, with now that, do you think that you'll be coaching again anytime soon? Or, I mean, your last coaching job I know was in 2010. So do you think that that's something that you'll ever return to, or are you done moving?
I think it just depends. It has to be the right situation. I've actually had been contacted in the last couple of days about doing some things, and I've been commentating college games, and also doing sports talk at night on TV. And so I really enjoy doing that. If it's the right situation, I would love to. But like I said, it has to be the right situation.
Perfect. Okay, and we kind of touched on this a little bit too. It's like, what players did you love to play with the most, and why? Was there any particular player that you loved to play with? They just got you to play a little bit better, or you guys fed off of each other, the energy, or?
Well, in college, it was definitely he was my roommate all 4 years, as well as Tony Delk. They used to call us Fire and Ice, or we just always played with great chemistry. I think when I was with the Celtics, obviously Antoine Walker, because we also played in college together, and we kind of we knew how to make each other play better and look good out there, and so that connection was great. But when I played for the Phoenix Suns and got to play along with Steve Nash, oh man, he just made everybody better, and I was just amazed of his work ethic and just his vision of what he saw, the things that he could do out there on the floor. It just amazed me, and I love playing with that guy.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have any coaches that particularly stood out for you during your career? And their coaching styles, because coaching styles are going to be different from team to team. So, which is one of the
in college, the way we played in college, pressing, shooting a lot of threes, getting up and down the floor. For Rick Pitino was great, especially for my game, and I really enjoyed that. But in the pros, I really loved Jim O'Brien and Jeff Van Gundy. They were really 2 guys that, to me, they were 2 of the best because they were always very well prepared. They prepared their teams, and they were straight shooters. There was no dog houses. There was no setting you for this or this, whatever. They were just always a straight shooter. Coach, how can I get better? How can I contribute more to the team? How can I get more minutes? And they tell you, this is what you got to do.
Straight
if you're not doing it, and I just always love that honesty and just being up front and just saying, hey, if you want to play, this is what you got to do across the board with everybody.
Right. That's really interesting. Okay. So, not only, like I said, the NBA, coaching, all that kind of stuff, but I know quite a few professional athletes, whether that be football players, basketball players, baseball players, you name it, across the boards. And you, even after coming out of the NBA, have plenty of options. What do you think is the difference? I mean by options, like you are able to do commentation, you're able to do that. You're offered jobs, to coach. You can sing. There's many different things that you have options where you always hear that same sad story over and over again where they make a lot of money and then they lose a lot of money and then the game's over. So what do you think that you've done differently, and what advice, would you have to anybody that's currently in the NBA, or you've already been there, done that? So,
yeah, well, for me growing up, I always heard, people always said to me, you got to choose this, or you got to do this. You can't do both of these. And to me, I've always said, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I was always told that I can't be in concert choir in high school and play basketball. Or I can't, even in college, taking music classes, or you can't do this. And I was just always said, why not? And I always did it.
Mm-hmm.
And, people always tell me, well, you can't do both. Luckily for me in high school, my music teacher was my favorite teacher, who had a great relationship with my basketball coach. So they're like, he can do both. We just got to make sure he's here on time and he does this. And I've always applied that to everything that I've always done. I just don't want to do one thing. I don't want to be pigeonholed. I want to do whatever makes me happy, and make myself, be well-rounded. Mm-hmm. And I think just by that allow me. People always say, "Well, you can't sing, you can't play basketball, you can't be both. You got to choose one." And I've always said I can do both.
You're like, I can do anything I want to.
Yeah, exactly. So, we all have to be well-rounded. In everything we do, I think allows us. It gives us options.
Right.
And that's all. That's the only thing I've done. I've just try to be well-rounded and try to learn from everything and everybody I've ever been around.
Right. So, because
when I was in college playing for Rick Pitino, he always did commentating. He was always asked to do these things. And I saw that he wasn't just a basketball coach. He was a speaker. He's a motivator. He was a teacher. He did all these things. So why not? I can do that.
Right, why not? And we're actually going to talk more about that after the commercial. You're listening to What Honesty Feels Like with Christine Sawicki. Walt McCarty is here, and we're going to talk about his sports transition into music and the arts world next. So stay tuned.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we could call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho Macho Michelada.
Ticketsurgeon.com. Reach us at 855-WIN-4199.
Did you get caught speeding, texting while driving, or doing anything else you weren't supposed to do?
Give us a call. Don't miss work. Don't lose out on the money. Don't get any more points. What about your insurance? Let us fight for you. Theticketsurgeon.com at 855-WIN-4-199.
Welcome to the Monster Marketing Group, your one-stop shop for all your marketing needs. Anything you need to make that marketing and advertising campaign stand out, we're your people. Concept, design, production, social media, anything that you can dream up, we're going to make happen for you. And we can do it in a very quick turnaround. Please give us a call at 888-49-MONSTER.
And everyone, welcome back. You are listening to What Honesty Feels Like with Christine Sawicki. And I have a special guest on the phone. Such a great guy, Walt McCarty. Just a real, genuine, great guy. So I'm really fortunate to have him on my show here today. We're talking about his basketball career in the NBA. We're talking about his singing career that he's now putting together. He's multi-talented. He does commentation too. Guy of many, many, many talents. And right before the commercial, we were talking about people telling him, you can't do this and you can't do that. And all I heard was, well, why not? Well, why not? And kind of when I was introducing in the beginning of the show, I was talking about, these are the most successful people in the world in their fields. So why would you listen to anybody other than the people that I have on my show? So, Walt, like you said, why not? Why not? Because on your way up, how many people told you can't do this? I get it every day.
Yeah, I mean, all the time. I can remember being recruited by colleges.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being in my house and looking at my window. A car drove in front of my house, blew the horn. It was a college coach. They put out a sign, just hanging outside the window, saying, "You will never play at Kentucky."
Are you kidding?
Because they knew that school was late and they wanted me to come to the school. And I was like, okay, we'll see about that. A lot of people, people say you can't do things. I mean, that lights a fire. So, watch me. So people get so concerned with what other people think, and it just kills them. But for me, why not? If it's something I want to do, it makes me happy, and I have the drive to do it, and I gather all the information about it, why not?
Right. Well, and one of the first times when I ever sat down with Walt, let's talk about your Twitter account and your interaction on Twitter too, because you've got you're connected. You know what I mean? Like, you really care and you connect to your audience, correct?
Yeah, you do. I mean, listen, for me, somebody who's been very fortunate to play basketball, play in the NBA, and do all these things, I don't want to say people make us, but people help us become the people who we are.
I agree.
I couldn't become famous, or I couldn't do all these things without people who have supported me along the way. So, I mean, if I can retweet or tweet back and make somebody's day, somebody who's probably watched me ever since I was at Kentucky or in high school, why not? I mean, hopefully that motivates them or inspires them to do the same thing. Once they make it, or if they have a little success, give and get involved. I've always been a people person. I love speaking to people. I love interacting, because you never know. You have to brand yourself all the time.
Sure.
You have to brand yourself all the time, and that's how you start to network with different people, and you never know what door you may open by doing that.
Mm-hmm. Sure. No, I agree with you 100%. So, yeah. Okay. So, also, I want to talk to you, too, about acting, because we talked about the sports Walt McCarty, Mr. Basketball, coaching, commentation in sports, and all that other stuff, but you're also an artist. I myself played tons of sports growing up, and now I'm an artist, too. How did you get into acting, and how did you get into He Got Game? Because I don't think you did acting before that, did you?
I did not. It was so weird. It's so funny. I'll give you the story, the quick story.
Yeah.
The quick version. So Spike Lee's this big New York Knicks fan, and everyone knows that. So when I was a rookie in New York and I always saw Spike, I used to always just run by him. Spike, when you going to put me in the movie? like, put me in a movie. But it's all just joking. I'm, reaching out. I'm joking. If he does it, then hey. And next thing I know, my agents called me and says, Spike wants you to come interview for this movie that he's doing. Well, not interview. He wants me to come audition for the lead role. So I went and auditioned for Jesus Shuttlesworth. Ray actually ends up getting it, but they thought I did a good enough job. He wanted to put me in the movie because he said, "Hey, that was a great audition. I want you to play this part." So, and that's how it worked out. Just by, just being silly and just taking a chance and just said, "Hey, put me in the movie," and not really being serious about it. But hey, like I said, you just never know what door is going to open. It was started out as a joke and just messing around, and then turned into reality.
So was it like kind of like the joke where I had like when I... Do we have that picture, you guys, on the screen? Can we pull up that play that I put together?
Oh, don't play that play.
Was it just like... No. I'm going to talk about this. I showed a play to Walt. I was like, because when I was younger, I always wanted to be an NBA coach. Like, I thought it would be so fun to coach a group of hot guys that were athletic and to be the girl just to like boss them around and teach them how to play basketball. I literally thought that would have been the best job on the planet. I couldn't have thought of spending my days any better. And so I decided that I was going to put together a play, and I was joking at first, and then, Walt, you didn't like any of my... This is my play right up here. Do you see... You guys, for those of you that are streaming live with us, there it is. I think it's fantastic. I think the two-guard is solid. Looks really, really, really well put together. And Walt, why didn't you like my play?
That play was awful.
No, it wasn't.
Because it could just be shut down easy. There's no options. There's no, it was just, this is what we're going to do. Well, you know what? Defense, they have a plan too, and they're going to make you do something else. They're going to make you choose your second and third and fourth options.
Do you know that I actually called Derek Strong yesterday, who also, for those of you listening, was in the NBA, and I was like, can you call in and back me up on the show and say that my play is at least average? Because no. I was so mad. I was like, come on, Derek, you got to back me up, buddy. You got to back me up. He's like, Christine, no way, dude. No way. So you guys win. Fine. I think my play's good. Walt will come up with different ones. But on a serious note, I do want to put together a charity basketball tournament. That's out there, too. But that's in the future when we do more stuff.
I'm in.
Of course you're in. You have to. You and Derek are both in. Okay, so yeah. So back to joke. Okay, so acting. So everything, like, people spend their life trying to be in a movie, and then you just get like some random off a joke, and now you're like a star in a movie too, which is fantastic. So congratulations to you for that. And obviously you're a good actor.
Well, thank you. It was a lot of fun, and being able to act with Denzel Washington and audition with him and Rosario Dawson. I mean, doesn't get any better than that. That was awesome. I mean, they could have sent me home and not put me in the movie. And I would have been good.
So was it hard for you to memorize the lines, or did you just was it natural?
It was natural. They give you, Spike's first class. They give you an acting coach a couple of days to mess around and go over the lines. And one thing they said, don't memorize it. Don't look over it, get familiar with it, but we want you to make it your own and just really try to stick to it, but not to go word from word. So he gave us a lot of freedom, and a lot of stuff was really impromptu. Once we got in there with the auditions and stuff, it was like, this is the situation, go. And
right,
I was like,
right.
Oh my goodness.
You're like, wow.
I was in there. I was in there with Rosario Dawson, who was obviously she's been in acting since she was a kid. And he's talking about doing this impromptu stuff, and she's just killing me. I'm like, oh my goodness, why am I here?
Because you're a basketball player.
I stuck with it. Yeah, I stuck with it, and it was a lot of fun.
That is awesome. Do you plan on doing anything like that in the future, or was that just a one-off, like random, or is that something you want to get into? I mean, because you've got an artist.
I've been approached by doing some things, and nothing has panned out as far as a lot of stuff's in the beginning stages. And I'm the type of person is Well, when you get it to like where you're sure this is going to happen, then come speak to me. I don't want to get my hopes up and be a part of something that never comes out. So.
Right. Naturally. Okay, so awesome. So if anybody's out there, you should talk to Joey DiDio and Mario. They were on my show 2 days ago. No, 2 shows ago. They have 2 movies coming out, Walt, in studios. One is 36 Saints, yeah, and another one is Tio Papi. Tio Papi's up for like 5 Amahan Awards, which is where star power combines with image, which of course you would fit into that. You got a great image and star power, so I should probably connect you two. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you have my contact, so.
Yeah. Let's get you back in the films. Then you can be maybe acting with me. I'll have an argument scene, and all of a sudden we'll submerge the play that I created, and it'll just drop out of my hand, and I'll have to pick it up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Before I step on it. Right?
I know, right? You're so mean to me. And then it won't be acting anymore. You'll just be like reoccurring. It's like, what is it? Kicking the horse while it's down? That's what you're going to do to me. I've tried. But you said there's no, like, anybody tells you can't do something. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to figure out a different play. I'm going to recruit the whole current NBA, and I'm going to come up with the best play, and then I'm going to take you on. Like, it's going to happen. Okay, so.
And one thing, if I can do it, can I say something? Do we have time?
Yeah, of course. We got plenty of time.
Like we said, like, the difference, too, because, I mean, all of us are told that we can't do something, or something may seem like it's a hard wall to break down or whatever.
Uh-huh.
One thing that you do have to recognize when you are trying to do whatever it is you're trying to be is, you also have to be a realist too. You have to understand: can I do this? Is this even possible? You have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, "Am I good enough to do this?"
So you're saying keep it real with yourself.
Trying to be an NBA basketball player and they've never played ball in their life. Or
right.
You also have to be a realist. You have to be able to face reality sometimes too. Not to kill anybody's dreams, but sometimes you have to know if you're good enough, if you're not, or if you have what it takes to do whatever it is. So.
Sure. Perfect. No, I totally understand that. So, do you think in music you have what it takes, Walt? Because we're gonna go to commercial in 30 seconds. But do you think that you have what it takes? Because I think you have what it takes, and we're gonna go over all.
My thing is, I'm happy with my music, and I enjoy it, and I'm not trying to be Justin Bieber or Usher. I'm happy with exactly what it is that I'm doing in my own space, and if other people like it, that's more the better. But for me personally, with my music, I'm very happy with what I'm doing.
Perfect. And you should be, because you're doing really well, and it is beautiful music. So we're going to talk about that after the commercial. We're going right into his music. We're going to sample some stuff, so stay tuned with us. You're listening to What Honesty Feels Like with Christine Sawicki.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra-modern, ultra-clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home. At AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-842-7149. Or you can log on to www.agrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos Español.
We're the Brothers Bear Podcast Live, and I'm your host, Sanch, and I'm always joined by
Edgar,
Carlos Mandrano, and this is a show where we talk about
comics, movies, TV, video games, stand-up, music, and many more geeky things.
Catch us live on Rant Radio Network on Mondays from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m.
That's another commercial in the back.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on rantradionetwork.com.
DM Narc Radio Show is now airing on the Rant Radio Network. You've heard the three guys Rant refer to us as the Clam Chowder Power Hour. Now we get to bring our New England humor over to Los Angeles. We'll be airing Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, and we'll cover everything from local to national politics and news. Guess what? We're uncensored too. I'm Dave. Join me and Nick Friday on the Rant Radio Network.
Okay, and welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to What Honesty Feels Like with Christine Sawicki. On the phone line, we have Walt McCarty, awesome guest. And we're going to go right into your music, Walt, because I want to make sure we get everything in this last segment. It looks like you have a new album that you dropped titled Unbreakable.
Yes.
Correct. So, and you've got, I'm just going to read these titles off. Take It Out on Me Now. Unbreakable, When It Comes to You, I Want It Now, In the Cold, Let Me See You Work, and Loveaholic. That sounds like a whole lot of R&B, love baby making machine stuff going on all in one album. So,
some songs are little mood songs, but I mean it's a pretty upbeat tempo album.
Is it really? Okay, so I want to. What's your favorite one on the album? Because I'm gonna start getting that queued up for you. So far.
All right. Well, I heard you guys playing some before. I think my favorite one is Unbreakable, but I like Loveaholics, one of my favorites too.
Loveaholics. Okay, so can you guys, when you're ready, can you just start queuing up Unbreakable? We want to make sure, and let me know when we're gonna be rolling on that because I want everybody. Here it is, Unbreakable. So that's a little bit of the Unbreakable. I would definitely make out with a guy to that song. You know, like the candles in the background, like I set the tub, whatever, you got it going on, right? I would definitely be doing that. So,
like it.
Who inspired you for that song? Or can we not say? Do you have an inspiration?
I just really wanted something that's really, like the second verse of that song is just really like very climatic. I mean, it's like one of those songs that just needs to be in a movie. That it's just like when somebody's struggling and they're getting ready to overcome whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my thought when writing that song. Was I wanted something that felt like very movie-like, like when a trailer comes on TV and the songs come on.
Yeah, and
that's what I was thinking for that song.
And they're making out in a hot, like, dark room, right? I felt it. I was like, me too. No, it's a beautiful, and you have a beautiful voice, Walt. It's really, really, really soothing. It's calm. It's like, I mean, Eric Benet and Luther Vandross should probably watch out. What?
Well, those guys are really, really good, and Luther and Eric Benet, they're obviously in a whole different planet than I'm on. But
I wouldn't say so.
I admire both of those guys, and they're very good at what they do.
Okay. So let's see. That was Unbreakable, like I said, and then you've got, like I said, I mean, all these titles just scream.
Loveaholic.
I know. I've noticed. Loveaholic. You want to hear Loveaholic, you guys? Cue that one up because I want to hear that one.
What up? Champ, what it do? Ace Hood.
It's 4 in the morning. She blowing up my phone, talking about she wanna know if I'm alone and can she come over. She said she need a fix 'cause she can't sleep until she get it in. I give her what she wants. She hits it, then she's gone, and there ain't nothing wrong with her.
Okay, so Loveaholic. Walt, I'm like, now I'm starting. I mean, I have questions written. I don't even care. I'm throwing the questions away. Are you a Loveaholic, Walt?
I might be.
Are you in love with love? Because, okay, I certainly am, right? And I don't know if it's the artist in me, but I love. I love making out with hot guys. I love passion. I love, you know what I mean? Like all that kind of stuff. So are you in love with love? Like, truly? Do you love the idea of it, or is it the lust of it all, or?
No, I'm in love with love.
You're in love with love. So how would you set the scene to serenade a woman? I mean, well, maybe we can't even ask that stuff. We might be getting in different territory now. But do you use this in your personal life to get what you want?
No, not at all.
Are you serious? Because I would. I'd be like, listen, I'm just going to sing you a real song real quick. I might even close my eyes and pretend like I'm playing the piano a little bit. And you know what I mean? It makes something happen.
I mean, I've been guilty as a young man to sit at the piano and play a little bit. And,
I was actually going to ask you that. For the listening audience, are there instruments that you play along with this beautiful voice? Walt, is your cell phone ringing?
Yeah, no. I love piano, guitar, self-taught. I've been teaching myself, so I am a music fiend. I love every bit of it. If I hear a piano, I have to sit down and listen to it, and I don't care who's playing it. I just love it's the most beautiful instrument, and I just love listening to it.
The piano you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because when I was a kid, I asked for a piano. I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano. I asked for a piano. My mom said, you're going to start, you're going to stop, and then you're not going to do it anymore. And then I learned how to play Moon River, and that's about as far as I got. And then I was done. But I'm still mad about it. What?
That's my thing. I love, as a kid, I wanted to take piano lessons, and but I never could afford them. But so I just always, my mom finally got me a keyboard as I was a senior going off to college, and that's when I started teaching myself how to play.
And you taught yourself. Of course you did. You're you have so many talents bundled up in Walt McCarty. Do a lot of people hate you?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I'm very blessed.
Are people launching missiles into the Walt McCarty house, because they're sick and tired of Walt being so talented in every area?
I work hard.
I would definitely say that you do, no doubt about it. Okay, so is there any other songs that you want us to queue up right now? Because I think I get to pick one, if you don't mind.
You go ahead. You pick
I
up.
want to hear. Okay, how about let's do In the Cold. I mean, what in God's name does that sound like? And I can't wait to hear it. Here it is. In the Cold, Walt McCarty. Okay, so that's the
Still don't make sense.
Because in that
I love
song,
that.
you're the victim of love. Somebody's
right.
hurt you. You're in the cold. Poor Walt. He's suffering.
That's right.
Okay. So let's hear a little bit loud. Here, sing again while you're on the phone. I don't care. Sing a song.
Baby, I tried to be everything I could for you, but you couldn't see that.
That is so.
Do it all back. Girl, this is sad. Now you're alone, alone in the cold.
See?
Cold.
Oh, now the girl's alone. So the girls, I gotta go back and I'm gonna get all of this stuff. Okay, so let's just talk because we're gonna wrap up the show here quickly because I want to get all in. You're inspiring people. So where can they get your music? Make sure you put that in there. Where can they get it, Walt?
WalterMcCarty.com. WalterMcCarty.com. You can go to iTunes. It's there on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, but really WalterMcCarty.com. You can go there and
make sure you guys are supporting
Everybody has
him.
iTunes.
Yeah, whether you're in Kentucky, you're Boston, or I don't care, Brazil, wherever you are, make sure you listen to this guy. He's great. And then also, any advice, because we have tons of people listening, and I always want to close all my shows with words of advice that you can give to anybody that wants to be like you or wants to be successful at something. So what would your advice be to these people?
Well, I'll try to live by this quote. Maya Angelou quote is, give without remembering, take without forgetting. Whatever you do, have fun, enjoy it, but always give it back. And don't give it back to be remembered. Give it back because you want to give it back. And just whatever you do, just try your best. No matter you succeed or you fail, try your best. And at the end of the day, you'll be very happy with doing that.
Okay, and I'm going to try to pick up this last caller, Walt. We've got a minute left, but I'm going to pick it up. Hold on, okay? Okay, caller, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, you've got literally 20 seconds. What do you want to say to Walt McCarty?
I just want to know, what is, how are you trying to plan your music career? I mean, is it touring? Is it recording? You've had this incredible career. How are you planning to get across from people? I mean, obviously the radio and doing this show is one thing, but I want to hear about what you're looking forward to.
Listen, I did some touring a couple years ago. Right now, I get out there on Twitter and iTunes, and I don't really have. For me, it's not about how many CDs I sell. I'm just happy with the music that I create, and if people love it and get a hold of it, that's great. To me, it's a hobby of mine. I enjoy doing it. So.
Perfect.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah.
Do you have a band you play with, or do you just?
I do have a band, and yeah, we do. I have a band. Yes.
He's got a band. We got to wrap it up, Rick. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, thanks. Cool.
Hold on. And you guys, thank you so much for listening. This is Walt McCarty. Listen to his music. You'll love it. Make out to it. Do whatever you need to do to it. He's fantastically gifted. He sings like an angel. Basketball player, star, superstar all around. Thank you so much, Walt, for coming on. We appreciate having you.
I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you, honey. What Honesty Feels Like with Christine Sawicki. Tune in next week.
She's a